hope the second shifters are up. Because I'm actually having me a little bit of coffee at 11 o'clock. I guess that's something I shouldn't be doing according to a lot of people. But that's actually what I want to talk about. Because I just wrote a little while ago here on Facebook, a long time ago, and I mean several years ago. I turned this Facebook account over to We the People. I wanted a place for people to come and be able to speak their mind, but not hear the choir. Um, to ask questions and have many people answer, not me, because I'm probably the furthest thing from being smart that you'll ever find. But I have lived a long life, and very luckily, and I have learned along the way. I was brought up by educators, and I was brought up by independent women, and I think that gave me an edge in life. I think that actually helped me out. It sure helped me use my 2 ears instead of my one mouth, so I'd listen twice as much as I talk. But a lot of times y'all might think that I'm getting on you, or I'm criticizing you, um, or I'm just being a dick about your beliefs, or about voting, or about our freedom, or about the issues that we talk about. And that's why I always say the devil's in the details, because it seems like sometimes we get stuck in the details, and we get stuck in talking points that were placed out there for us to talk about, so we would never talk about anything real. So yeah, there's a few things that me as an individual, as who I am, a free man, I'll blow off. I don't care to hear. I may think I know different, but that's me. And as a free man, I've told you before that I had to allow you to be free. And as somebody that wants to believe the way I want to believe, I have to allow you to believe the way that you believe. Well, I'm not backing down off of that. I think that's the smartest decision I ever made in my life, was to allow others to be themselves, and hopefully in return you would allow me to be myself. That I could draw from your knowledge and wisdom and life experience, and you can draw from what little bit of that I put out here. Of course, I do put a lot out here. But the first thing I'm going to say is, for sure, we all know that we need a major change in the world, much less this country. And I think that change comes through unity and brotherhood. And I don't think that we're going to get our unity and our brotherhood unless we love ourselves. Because when we love ourselves, then we can love somebody else. And when we can love somebody else, we can accept them for all their different beliefs and all their hey Ian, how you doing, brother? Uh and Yeah, I know what you're saying. I sure do talk a lot. Well, I wish we was talking around that fire right now, Ian, because that's one fine example right here. And I brought this up before. My brother Ian Barber over there in Australia, when I went over there, they took me in. I was a Yank they didn't know. They didn't know me from Adam. We were fighting a very real enemy, the frackers. We both had different views on how to fight it, and he had his beliefs about how to fight fracking, and I had my beliefs on how to fight fracking. But yet we could both sit together by this really cool little kettle he made as a grill in a little fireplace, and we would talk all night. I mean, all night, y'all. He hated to go to bed, and I hated to go to bed. We'd even run out of beer and still be talking, and yet never fought. He saw the sense in my beliefs. I saw the sense in his beliefs. And together, we actually came up with some solutions to fracking and brotherhood, loving each other, accepting each other, that I wish the rest of us on this planet could do, or even get close to what me and Ian did down there. Um, it's hard. It's hard because you got to listen, like I said, twice as much as you speak. Otherwise, we'd have 2 miles to go with them 2 ears. I really believe that. Hey, Shelly. Yeah, every night, Ian. Every night. And but the thing is, you got to take that in consideration when you come talking to a man like me, or a brother like me, because I've lost all my labels. I quit being white. I quit being Southern. I quit being a redneck. I quit being left. I quit being right. I quit being all things. I think the best thing that I could be and the best thing that I'm best at being is being a brother. But I ain't that kind of brother that's going to bend over for you. But I ain't that kind of brother that wants you to bend over for me. I don't, I'm confident in what I believe. I've seen things on this earth. I've had this earth take care of me more than any God or any government ever took care of me. I've had you, my tribe, our tribe, take better care of me than any entity out there, than any other person. I chose to love everybody, but I never chose to like everybody. I decided to be me. And it was part of that trip to Australia. And everybody can't go run off to another country and get away from this one, and everybody can't run to this country to get away from theirs. So sometimes we just got to really stop for a minute and look in the mirror and say, hey, do I love myself, and am I allowing other people to be themselves so they can allow me to be me? This issue with the voting, every 2 years, I like to have fun. Every 2 years, I like to put up Charlie Brown and Lucy in that football scene. Every 2 years, I like to tell you how it's not, that it doesn't work at a federal level. But I want to clarify that just one thing because of a sister, just talking to her just a minute ago. She brought up the fact that her local level was what she was talking about. At the local level, y'all, where you vote for your mayor, your judges, your sheriff. Okay, yes, that if, unless big oil's bought out your county, like Ritchie County, West Virginia, like Pennsboro, West Virginia, and the sheriff's been bought out, and the judges have been bought out, and the lawyers have been bought out, the justice system has been bought out by big oil. That's a different story. But for the most part, you control what happens in your community. This is why I believe in small town communities, or even people grouping up together, because you can get your own mayor. You could even be the mayor. You could be the sheriff if you know how to defend people. And I think elders should judge. I don't think we should be judging each other. If somebody steps out of line and there really is a victim in a crime, and a real crime, because a crime needs a victim, not these paper law crimes, then we should be able to take care of each other and deal with that person. But I think a group of elders that know this person should be taking care of that. Now, I get you. I get you. The thing is, that's the only way something works. This national level, the federal level, the state, even that level, you can't control that many people. You can't keep an eye on who's actually in office. So voting at the federal level is only used against you. And you're just going to have to look into that yourself. I mean, we've had so many presidents come out and say things about voting. This last president was not even voted in by the people. He was voted in by the Electoral College. There's a few other presidents that's been that way. So they're going to put in who they want anyway. And yes, this last election was a slap in the face. The presidential elections, what I'm talking about, between Trump and Hillary Clinton, because both of them were blithering idiots. Both of them are criminals. Both of them are not human, and you know that. And both of them are super rich and love to fleece people. But you always say, I'm going to pick between the lesser of two evils. You know, that was a psyop. That was a lie. That was something to get you thinking, well, this one's a little bit better than this one, but they both suck, but I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. No, they'll build one up. They always put in a patsy. It's the same old thing. I mean, if your attention span cannot go, or your memory cannot go past every 4 years and see that it's never changed, that nobody that ever gets in office ever really does anything for we the people, that corporations are allowed to lobby for laws, and they're allowed to spend their money to elect somebody. How much money can you spend electing somebody? You see what I'm getting at? They can spend billions, and they do. This election season, just for senators and even the local level voting, but especially senators, could have ended homelessness in America for the next 100 years. That's what kind of money they spend on advertising to you. And the reason I was getting pissed off was I was actually just going to sit down tonight. That's right, strong water. It's still evil. I was just going to sit down tonight and listen to music. I just fixed up my little hooch. I got my hammock up over there. I got the dogs down here on the floor all comfortable and fat, full, and lazy. And I just wanted to listen, put my earbuds in and listen to some tunes and smoke on this little vape my sister let me use here. And but every time a song would come on YouTube, you know, it's got the advertisement. And it's like, well, we need to keep the evil liberals out of office, so vote Republican. Or Joe Manchin, and he did this, and or we vote for the right. It's a vote for hatred. You know, I notice things too that other people don't seem to notice, apparently. But it's like when the right wing is in power, the left wing's all evil and violent, and they're causing trouble, and they're going to rise up and shoot us and kill us. But when the left wing's in power, it's the right wing militias, and the right wing's evil, and they're burning churches. Do you not see how you're being played? I mean, and they start early. They start around July every 2 years, and they build up to this November, first week in November voting. And you can go vote. I mean, if it's really going to make you feel like you did something, you go vote, because that's just it. You're allowing me to be me by saying, hey, voting sucks, or, you know, making jokes. I just try to make humorous jokes to make the part of our tribe that's stuck in the middle. We're not left wing and we're not right wing. We're kind of stuck in the middle with the rest of y'all. I kind of want to make them smile, because they're trying to change minds. They're trying to change hearts. And sometimes it goes to naught. But it's just me being me, and me allowing you to be you is when you come back and you say, hey, I'm going to vote because I think it's really going to work. Well, I ain't saying, oh, you dummy, what are you doing? You know, I'm like, hey, and you can just ask this sister I was talking to you, or you can just go look through my comments. You know, I might stand my ground because I'm confident in my belief, and I'm also pretty wise to what really goes on at the federal level. But I'm not attacking anybody. I'm not blocking you because you want to vote for Trump, or I'm not blocking you because you want to vote for Clinton. I'm hoping you stay here in the tribe, this We the People page, this page dedicated to We the People, my page. I hope you stay in the tribe and listen to other people besides me, because see, that's just it. I'm neither right nor wrong on anything I say. I'm just being me, and I'm allowing you to be you, and we're all learning together. And that's what I love about this. See, let me read it. That's right, Shelley. And that's the other thing. Look at what these senators, and Shelley just said, none of them are helping the homeless with medical or small business, helping you get ahead. All these people are wanting you to vote for them. And I'll pay attention to this now. Listen to the damn commercials. They're wanting you to vote for one side or the other because the other side's worse. The other side grabbed a woman by the ass. The other side is liberal trash, and gonna have Antifa come burn your house down. They don't want you to vote for them for a real issue. Like, I'm going to end homelessness in the state of Kansas. I'm going to end hunger. I'm going to fix the water pipes in Michigan. Has any senator come out and say they're going to fix the water pipes in Michigan so they're not drinking lead water? No, they don't do that. They just bicker about, or they use their new tool, their new system of control, and they'll say Trump likes this guy or Trump hates this guy. Oh, well, hell, if Trump likes him, I'm going to vote for him. If Trump hates him, I'm going to vote for the other guy. See what I'm saying? You're not even doing your own research. You're not even at your own state level. You're not looking at your senator and saying, hey, this guy's going to do. They're not running their mouth, or excuse me, they're not running on their platform of helping you or making this country better, because helping people, I think we done gave out enough fish in this country. I think it's time to start learning how to fish, y'all. I'll teach you how to fish. I'll give you some fish, but I'm going to show you how I got them, and you can get me some fish next time. How about that? But ain't none of them trying to teach you how to fish, and they ain't even handing you out the fish no more. They got you fat, full, and lazy. They got you living in fear. They got you scared of your brother. They got you fearing your sister. So what do? You look at them, and they tell you who else to fear. They tell you who else to hate. But none of them are running on a platform of unity. None of them are saying, hey, I want you to vote for me because I'm going to bring brotherhood to the state of Georgia. I'm going to bring unity to the state of Texas. I'm going to bring harmony to the state of California. You hear any of them saying that? No, they just want to condemn and run down the other guy. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's what they do. Scott, listen, I was getting to that. Um, I'm getting to that. I'm not in a position right now like I was for a year and a half and beg people literally to come out and camp out at the farm and have a good time and let's sit around a fire. But many of us where we live can go to each other and we can sit in groups like our brother Scott Ayers is saying right here now. He said, yeah, Bill, I agree. I wish we could get a group together and sit by a fire one night and just talk and learn from each other. And much respect to you, brother, for bringing that up. We need more of that. We need more, less of looking to a leader to make things better and just make things better. Just get off your dead ass and go make things better. Go say, hey, you want to come camping with my family? Or do y'all want to go out together tonight? Or y'all want to come sit in the backyard and have a barbecue? As long as the smoke don't get in somebody else's yard. But I'm joking about that because that was stupid. But seriously, that's what I was saying right at the beginning of this when Ian was picking on me. If an Australian man and American man can get together and have two different, completely different ways of attacking fracking, and come together and find solutions, not argue, but not give in to each other, to learn from each other. We can learn from each other. You're not going to find a leader out there that's going to teach you anything. You're not. And tell me one that has taught you something, except that voting don't work, or, you see what I'm getting at? It always comes back down to the community. It always comes back down to we the people realizing that all we have are each other, that we're the solution. We are the change, not a leader, not a government, not a religion, not a God, not prayer, not hope. You getting off our asses, me getting off our asses and finding places to go meet other people. I was just about to walk across America and that crap happened because of a political argument. And it wasn't even a political argument. It was just a guy saying he loved Trump. And I said, well, you're dumb. And then there's a fight. And that's the way he goes. But and I wanted to go have campfires with everybody. And I wanted to meet on common ground. That's important too. Because a lot of us don't feel like we can go to somebody's place. We should all meet on common ground where we all feel safe. And that's right, Shelley. We learn from everybody that we meet and go meet everybody. Everybody you can. I know that's not feasible or plausible to go say, I'm going to go meet everybody. But I tell you what, the more people that you meet, the more people that you befriend, the more people that you allow to be free and allow to have their beliefs, so they'll allow you to be free and allow you to have your beliefs, that spreads out. That spreads out. It's like the group thinking mentality. And let me tell you something about group thinking. In a way, it's not so bad because even that bastard Edward Bernays admitted that he used group thinking to get us into war, but it could have easily just as been used to get us into peace. It's used to divide us, so it could be used to unite us. But I don't like group thinking. I don't want to fool you. I want you to be an individual. I want you to be you. I want you to think for your damn self and then still love and accept your brother. So I'm asking you to do something without a trick. I'm asking you to do something without mind manipulation. I'm asking you to do something that don't have an ulterior motive. I'm asking you to love yourself so you can love your brother and we can all love this planet. Because I'm going to always come back to this planet. Without this planet, you can hang up the voting. You can't vote in a vacuum. You can't vote in super cold. You can't vote in outer space. You can't vote dead. And we're on a path to death. We're on a path to destruction. But again, that's the fear part. That's something to be a little afraid of. But the good part is we're the change. We can stop it. All we got to do is turn our backs on the people that have been destroying us. And that is the United States federal government. And they're not the power. They're a lapdog for the real power, the kings of old that hide their faces. the little creepy man behind the curtain. There's about 5,000 of them, and we pay them. That's the crazy part. We pay them. We keep them there by arguing with each other, by fussing with each other, by fighting with each other. That's just the way it is. But we can change that too, because we can quit fighting with each other over every little thing. That's cool, Carlos. Hey, yeah, and some people think that that money is like, because nobody wants to be a bum. Nobody wants to be a leech. Nobody really wants something for nothing. And Carlos is saying that he did a free garden and a co-op, but people still wanted to pay a little bit. Let them pay. That ain't no big deal. It makes them feel better. But the thing was, you got them good, fresh vegetables, and you got them to talk about things, and you got them to be there in the community with the community effort. That's what's cool. And some of us, um, that's right, Shelly, voting in the back. That's the whole point. Some of us do got a little bit of money, but money ain't nothing. Money is a construct in the matrix. Money is an illusion, but money replaced labor. We still got our labor. Money replaced you growing your food because now you get it in the grocery store, but you can still grow your food. Money replaced having your own water supply because you got to buy it, or having your own power supply because you got to buy it with money when you can actually do it yourself. And sure, they made a bunch of paper laws that said you can't, but where's the solar panel police? Where's the windmill police? Where's the rainwater catching police? See, they ain't out there. And if we were all doing it, because we're the people that they make the laws for. So who the fuck is the goddamn corporation that wants to sell you water, lobbying for laws to make catching rainwater or having your own water, your own well, making it illegal? You get it now? Or the people that own the power companies, and they make it illegal for you to live off grid, off the electrical grid, because they want you to buy their power, or people like Monsanto's that make it illegal, or make it or dummy down people on purpose, or lobby to have schools not teach gardening or medicinal plants. Because the Rothschild banking, the Rothschild family, the Rothschild corporation, they actually um, are the ones that started pharmacology, and they're the ones that started making like marijuana, cannabis, hemp. They're the ones that pushed to have all that made illegal. They're the ones that changed the name of wild lettuce to crabgrass, or dandelions to a weed. You see what I'm getting at? They didn't want you to know anything. They're the ones that made plantain look bad. And you know what? This beautiful pit bull outside, he got tore up by a bunch of yellow jackets. And I went and right there and got some of my plantain. I know it probably don't look too good on film, but it says plantain, jewelweed, and a little bit of witch hazel. And I soaked a paper towel with it, and I washed his back down. Within minutes, them whelps were gone. I even had old Black Hornet get me the other day. Didn't get me good though, because I was quick. But right there was the stuff. Put it on there. No swelling, no bite. But a lot of people don't know that, or feel like they don't have the time to go make their own medicine, or find their own plants, or even research and learn plants, because hey, you got pot farm, and you got Candy Crush, and you got a 40-hour week job. Oh, and then there's the kids, and then there's dinner, and there's time. Time is another construct in the matrix. You got all the time in the world. You can do whatever you want. You don't got to do a damn thing the man told you. You don't have to do a damn thing the system said. And that's where I'm going to come back to this community thing. I think there's at least several hundred small towns for sale, but look at all the acreage that people could buy. And yeah, everybody don't have $5,000 or $10,000 to put into this, but everybody has a skill set. Everybody should be honest. Everybody should have their heart in the right place. So those that have a little bit of money, maybe they can buy the land, or maybe you got land. Y'all, you don't know how many people over the last couple of months graciously, and I thank them so much, that have come and said, Bill, come here and help me this. Bill, I got some land here. Bill, this, Bill, that. That's, that should be offered to everybody that wants to do it. You just don't ask. You just don't feel people out. You just don't really want to step away, because it's scary to step away. It really is. But everything you've been shown was not even supposed to be this way. And everything that you think is medicine is death. Everything that you think is preventative medicine is getting you ready for an early death. They really are messing up our kids. And we think of all these things, and I'm not trying to throw the fear out there. What I'm trying to tell you is there is a way around it. And the way around it is starting your own community. I don't care if you got an eighth of an acre in a house. Somebody could be there helping you with it. You could be doing gardening. Somebody can go do the work. Everybody has their place. Everybody has their purpose. Everybody has their role. Everybody has different skills. And we put them all together, and there you go. That's right, Mark. And the reason about this water thing, see, this is one thing that Ian and I were talking about in Australia, I don't know, it's about 5 or 6 years ago, was the fact that we didn't believe fracking was about getting coal seam gas. We believed that it was so they would poison the water so they can clean it and sell it back to you. And look at what they're doing today. Look at what they're doing today. But actually now China is buying coal seam gas, and they're buying it by the cubic ton every day. And I mean billions and billions of cubic tons of coal seam gas and turning it into LPG. And that's how they're running their infrastructure. And they plan on running it. They've already bought enough to keep an empire running for 200 years. American empire ran on oil for 200 years. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. This is how things change for them. This is how new slaves are made. This is how new empires are built by those slaves. And then when they sell those empires, they kill the slaves. Well, I ain't going to sit here and watch you get killed. I ain't going to sit here and watch you make yourself stupid or allow you to be treated as being stupid. Let me change that. I'm not going to allow you to be treated as being stupid. There's some things some of us need to hear. And nobody wants to say them because we don't want to step on toes. We love each other. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So you got to find a way to say it. Like, hey, does that really matter so much as living? Living should be the number one priority. When you're living and you feel like living and everything's good and cool about living, then hey, it really don't matter about this or it really don't matter about that. When everybody's on the same page about we're alive and we need each other, then what does all the other stuff mean? There's plenty of time because look, here's the point. Everything's critical right now. And all these little trails and all these little rabbit holes to go down into are to keep you wasting your time and not concentrating on life. Because life is something that's been devalued, and you should know that by now. I mean, did you not just see a woman get away with hanging a toddler in the basement and she got probation? Or the thug up north that beat the two homeless men and beat one of them to death, and he got 9 months. Wow. Look at Palestine. Look at Palestine and tell me life's not devalued. But there's other places that you can't see, like Terra, Queensland in Australia, where they have to ship in the water. And the people don't go anywhere because the government keeps telling them it's okay to live there. Or places in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Michigan, the whole state of Florida, Alabama, California, Washington. A lot of these places you can't even live anymore. When they start the uranium mining out in Nevada, that's going to become toxic as well. And that's the other thing. The government claims that they own all this land and that the Bureau of Land Management's out there to take care of it. They don't own anything. Look that up. The federal government was never designed or supposed to own anything. But in saying that, in 1789, starting with George Washington, they started taxing. And taxing people makes money. The post office makes money. They make money, but they don't own anything. They do not own this land. I will ask you and remind you many, many times to read the preamble of the United States Constitution and look at the first 3 words, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union. Think about that. It's your country in Australia. It's your country in countries in Europe. It's your countries in Africa. It's your countries in South America. It's your countries in North America. And this is our country called the United States. And if we drop those borders and we drop that border mentality, we would all realize that this planet is where all these countries and all these nations happen to be sitting on. Without the planet, those nations ain't worth a damn. Your life ain't worth a damn. And I don't know if you use the sound. I don't know if you use the full moon to get knowledge. I don't know if you believe in talking to the dead. It might be my belief, but I was straight as a board. I didn't even smoke any weed. And I asked the dead, and the dead pretty much told me we ain't got a lot of time at the rate we're going, maybe 4 or 5 years. And that's something to think about. You got kids, you got grandkids. So all I want you to think about is when it comes to the way things are, the voting, the election season, all the false flags that come right before election, all the finger pointing, all the candidates running on how bad the other candidate is. Stop for a minute and think about yourself and think about your family. Think about what you want and what you can do to make that change. And you can do that by hooking up with other people, forming your own community, even if you're already in a community, forming new bonds with other people, learning to talk without griping. And I'm still learning on that one. I'm still learning to talk and show respect. I am surely no master at that. But the main thing that we can do is just love yourself. You love yourself. You love your life. It's gonna be gone in a flash. We're not here very long, so why not enjoy it? Why not spend less time worrying about what somebody else is doing or how much money they got, or if they're going to be okay when their $25 million runs out? And think about what happens with you. Today's all you got. Yesterday's gone. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Right now is all we got, so that's all we can do. And for y'all out here that thought I was going to get out here and bitch and raise hell, I'm sorry. I could do that a little bit later. But right now, I feel a big spirit of unity, and I feel a spirit of asking your forgiveness once again. If you mistook me or you thought I was being too hard, because I ain't no damn snowflake and I ain't going to treat you like no snowflake either. We're very real about some things. Some of us are a little more tougher and harder about it. But the bottom line is that just means you want well for somebody. And it's time to talk a little tough right now. It's time to talk real, because our Mother Earth can't hold on much longer, y'all. And it don't seem like nobody's God's going to help out. And damn sure ain't no government going to help out. They're the ones destroying it. So that leaves it up to us. So get ready to get your hands dirty. Get ready to listen to your brother and sister. Get ready to be in the tribe and not talk about the tribe. Time to be the part of the tribe that is the action part, which could be just talking to a friend of mine and saying, hey, why don't we go somewhere and talk? That's the other thing too. When people talk on social media, they get a lot of false bravado, and they think they can say anything. And even when you're at work or at school, or even at some social functions, you think you can say things because nobody's going to do anything. But you get out around a fire, and what a fire does, and the reason why I like campfires, well, for one, it's cold and it's good to keep you warm. But the other thing is, as you're looking at the flames, it does something to the thinking. And I don't know, that maybe there is something psychological about this. Maybe there's some old secret, ancient secret about this. But ancient tribes and modern tribes have always used the fire to do their storytelling, to do their history, to do their speaking to each other. And for some reason, the flames seem to take away the bullshit, and you're able to focus on what you're talking about. That's worked with everybody I know. So I'm pretty cool with that. But if you just want to meet up in the house and have a little electric flame flicker or something, that's fine too, as long as you're talking with somebody. So think about that, y'all. I'm gonna let you get out of here. I didn't keep you too long, and that's right. Shelley brought up, she just read about the Appalachian life in the 1900s, and they made and shared everything. That's what we got to go back to. That's what we got to go back to. Simple living with what we need and comfort. I'm not saying don't be comfortable. And I ain't saying go shit under a pine tree every day, okay? Because you might sit on a pine cone. The thing is, we can live differently than what we were shown. Because what you were shown, the way you were shown how to live today, only makes other people richer. And it also toxifies our planet and toxifies your body and toxifies your children. So there is a balance in that. I love the way that my brother lived out there in Australia. That was perfect. To me, that was perfect. And he still worked and he but still maintained his farm. And he put his family first, which is what's good for him because he owned his own business. He's an elder and he took that role serious. Uh, and he's got bunches and bunches of grandchildren to be an elder too. Well, you may not have bunches of grandchildren around you, but you had a community raises a child. So you have bunches and bunches of responsibility for these children around us. Because you know the child you help today may not be the criminal that robs you or kills you tomorrow. Think about that. Think about that one hard. You bitch about how crime and all this and all these fatherless boys out there doing all this stuff. Well, hey, go be a brother to them. Go be an aunt to them. Go be a sister to them. Guide them. Because you got that power. And it's inside of you to do that. So please do it. Please. Just look at the change and be the change. Whatever you want changed and you think needs to be changed, and you think of voting for a man and another leader to help out, you try doing it yourself. Just try doing it yourself. Try being that change. Just give it a try, because it does work. And you can't fix everything, but you can fix the things you can, and don't concentrate on the things that you can't fix. Now, there you go on that. That's good, Scott. We need to do more of that. Hey, and thank you, Shelly. I mean, for putting up with me. I've been sitting here talking. And that's right, Stephanie. Fire and nature do go along together, but not when fire is burning nature. But that's cool because I think somehow that does make a contact. But Scott's saying that there's many people like his buddy out in California, and I even had offers out in California to come out there because people are buying land now. People are stepping away. So seek them. And if you really want to get away, do it. Do it. If you say that job's keeping you there, you're a slave. If you say, I can't do it because of this or that and other, you're making excuses. The first step is always the hardest, and it's always the biggest. But once it's over, the rest of them's easy. So think about that. Hey, y'all be good. Enjoy your evening. I'll let y'all carry on into Friday. Friday will be here in about 17 minutes. And I just want you to know that I love you. And I mean that. And I really like y'all, actually. But I'm going to try to let you, be you more. I mean, not that I wasn't doing it to begin with, but just from a few things said to me tonight, even by my own mom, learning about who I was praying to. Well, I got a right to pray who I want to. You got a right to pray to who you want to. You got a right to vote, and I got a right not to vote. And we can still be brothers and sisters. We can still be in this tribe, and we can still love each other. No matter what we do, we can still love each other. And I love you. Peace. Good night, and don't live in fear.